So about a year ago, I finally built my PC, and I knew that I needed a solid webcam for video calls and just talking to friends and stuff. So I decided to look around YouTube, talk to some friends, and eventually I decided to purchase through those recommendations the Logitech C920, a full 1080p webcam. The first thing to note about this camera is its incredibly flexible design. You can basically put it anywhere on almost any computer screen with any variance amount of height. You can also put it on basically any desk setup because you can have a tripod mount, and that makes it incredibly useful, especially if you're out traveling a lot and need to make a lot of business calls. But of course, that's not really the first thing you think of when you try to watch a camera review. You want to know about the video quality, and well, compared to other webcams, I think that it's pretty good. So the full HD recording is really good compared to my old MacBook from 2012, and since it's a dedicated webcam, it doesn't have the same sort of flaws as other built-in webcams tend to have. And also, there's really no point to be talking about the microphone quality, since I cannot get close enough to the microphone to make it sound any better than it does right now, but it's pretty decent. If you're really serious about any sort of video calls, then you probably have some sort of random USB microphone lying around on your desk somewhere anyways. Also, I get to show you guys a really cool feature about this camera, which I don't see a whole lot of other webcams doing, which is switching into 720p, so you're able to like zoom in and stuff. So if I just like go into the software here, you can reframe, zoom in, do all sorts of fancy things, which is great if you're if you have the camera in a weird position, or if you just need to be more centered. If you don't want to have a bunch of background clutter around you, this is a great way of just being able to not have, like, if you have like a bunch of headroom, like let's say if you have to be down here, you have to just like go down here, and then you can like reframe, and then it's like, you know, it's all good, which is really cool for a webcam to do. Of course, having manual zooming would be better, but you know, I don't expect it to have those sorts of features. Although some people may not see your web camera through a video call and say, whoa, look at that amazing quality. If you do have some expendable money and you're looking for a webcam, this is one of the best webcams on the market currently at only $60. I would recommend buying one. But if you're using this camera for anything else besides just video calls and planning to use it for streams, YouTube, or any sort of content creation, I would recommend heavily against buying this camera. Now I am judging it as a camera instead of just a webcam. And yes, this is going to be a little bit unfair. Looking around YouTube and some of the reviewers, they have said that this particular webcam looks really good because of its Carl Zeiss lens and its 22-stop autofocus and blah blah. The image is just okay. In fact, my camcorder that I bought in 6th grade looks far better than it, and it has the added bonus of me being able to use it almost anywhere besides just on my computer screen, which leads me into the versatility of it. I said earlier that it is really good if you want to place it anywhere on a desk or if you need to use it on video conference calls. But that all kind of falls apart when you use it for content creation, because unless you're just sitting alone in your room with a 100% still shot the entire time, you have to lug around your laptop everywhere just to use this camera, which can be an incredible burden. Of course, it is doable, but it's not ideal. On top of that, to make the absolute most out of this camera, you need some serious lighting equipment. Let's look at one of my streams. See, the lighting looks very professional, very nice, very good looking. Of course, it looks good. But one of the issues with that is that I have a full 120D having to pump light into me because the sensor is way too small. And you might think, well, you can always just turn the gain up, and sure you can, but I'm more or less needing this because of my current exposure settings, which are also the shutter speed. If I do not have the shutter speed closed down enough, it's just going to look blurry and choppy, which is absolutely unusable for YouTube or streams. Now, I do understand to judge the camera this way is extremely unfair, but a lot of YouTubers and a lot of reviewers will mislead you into saying that this is a good content creation camera for talking head scenes. And I'm just going to say right now, it is not that great for those purposes. Sure, it looks okay. But the thing is, though, is that even though it looks pretty good, that's only really in the confines of webcams in general, which have looked like garbage for years and will probably continue to look like trash for decades to come. Now, I should specify that all these issues are not exclusive to Logitech. These are issues across the board for using any webcam for video content. If you are planning to buy one for that exclusive purpose, I would suggest just buying a cheap camcorder or something else. And if you are using one currently, please step up your game, step up what you can do. Trust me, you will be having so much better luck using something else besides the Logitech C920.